Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome back or welcome to The Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or on my live feeds, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Here we are on a beautiful Monday morning. I do hope you all had a wonderful long or weekend. Wasn't a long weekend, although I'm sure many of us would have been very grateful if it would have been an extra day to hang out and chillax a little bit. I myself had a very busy yet wonderful long or weekend. Why am I on the hook for long weekend? I must be trying to manifest some extra time. Good to see you all coming in. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are on this glorious day or time zone. I'm wishing you well. So where are we this week? Very interesting channeling this morning with spirit energetically. Hi there. Good morning, everyone. How has your week been? Thank you very much for that, Horizon Phoenix, checking in with everybody. So, I was channeling this morning, and it was, some very interesting things that I want to share with you. Have come up. I feel this week we're entering into a request. We always have choice and free will, as I always say, but a request to take some extra time. It felt quite quiet when I was sitting with the energy of the week. I just kind of sit there and kind of feel in. What do I feel? What spirit talking to me about? And I feel that we're coming into a bit of a quiet space this week. It felt to me like we are going to be craving it. So if you are not on vacation, you may be craving some time, some downtime, and it doesn't have to be long periods of time. It can just be, reserving some time to just be quiet and still, and whatever that means for you, whatever brings you that peace. I feel that's going to be requested. I also felt a lot of stuff coming up with energy that is really trying to settle out of us. So if you're having any issues with a little bit of upset stomach stuff or a little bit of digestive stuff, it's energy that's asking to just kind of like let go and to come back into that space of just kind of giving our physical bodies as well as our energy just some time to be. We are all guilty. I am too, of all this busyness, and without just this time of space, of silence. We're being called into that this week. And sometimes when we push against that kind of energy, we do start to have the volume turned up for us. So, if the volume is being turned up to you for you, check in where your physical body is. Are you more tired? Have you been having stomach problems like I mentioned? It's just this stillness we're being asked to kind of prioritize this week and kind of sit in. So taking a look at your schedule to say, well, what can wait, or what can I put off a little bit? I know that can be hard, depending on where you are work wise and that kind of thing, and life wise, but that space of just being is going to be quite loud. And I also felt it echoing back to us. So what do I mean by that is you might find people a little bit less um loud or taking their own time. You may be like, why isn't that person getting back to me? There's just this space where we're going to lean into it. And sometimes when we lean into it and we push against it, the volume does get turned up. And I felt that volume getting turned up with, hey, take a minute, take a breath, let yourself process. Prioritize self-care. What do you need to do as far as yourself goes? That is going to be a big focus this week. And like I said, and I've already repeated it a couple times already in this segment, it's the volume will be turned up. There's this letting go and this process coming in. And why is that? Well, we are coming into a retrograde. We are coming into, some new space, new moon, and some different alignment. And a greater understanding is going to follow that. There's going to be some, now I have a clarity on that purpose. Now I have clarity on what I want to do. That's going to follow this moment of pause and quiet. And I was sitting with spirit, and I was like, is that it today? You just want us to be quiet and still? And they're like, yeah, because there's just, and I really feel that there's just this slowdown that we just need to lean into. And that slowdown can be, like I said, a few moments. and having that space of giving ourselves a chance to enjoy. And that was the other thing, is really enjoying those magical moments, really enjoying that, even if it's 5 minutes to watch a sunset or a sunrise, really taking that time to just enjoy that. We get so busy, we get so focused. We don't give ourselves a chance to foster a deeper understanding, and to let ourselves sit there for a moment. Just sit there for a moment this week. And if you're on vacation, you'll probably find that easy. Or if you're working like I am, you will have to work for that space. Let me just have a quick look here. Your messages are always on point. I always feel affirmed when you come on and share updates you're receiving. Thank you for all that you do. You're very welcome. I'm glad that some things resonate with some of you. It doesn't always have to resonate. I say that all the time. It's what resonates with you. Take that and enjoy that. Let me just see where I need to go. I'll scroll up a little bit. I do have to work this morning, so I will spend a little bit of time with you guys here. Peyton, good morning, Lana. Over the weekend, there was a celebration of life for a close friend of my fiance's. Are there any messages I can pass on to my fiance from his friend that passed? I feel a lot of excitement as I'm tapping in here. I feel all this excitement, and it's being kind of given to your partner, and it's literally like, feel excitement. So is there something that he's really been looking forward to? And if there is, has he been kind of hesitant to either acknowledge it or share it? But I keep feeling that you gotta lean into that excitement. There's just this excitement energy. Like I literally am even having trouble talking. I'm not excited. So there's got to be something that's going on there, that there's this excitement. And sometimes when there's stuff going on around us, and even when we're like, dealing with our own grief, we kind of shy back from having any kind of excitement. I'm going to leave that for you there, Peyton, and I'll watch for your response on there. Dee Dee, friend, a friend had a baby born on 777. Any things I can share with her about that special day? It is a big magical day. I always get really excited with magical days, but I feel like there's a lot of magic overall that they need to enjoy and need to tap into, and kind of have that space, and just kind of enjoy all of it is kind of where I need to lean in there, Dee Dee, and not become too focused on specifics, if that makes a lot of sense there for you. Amelia, do my guides have any advice or clues on which path to take? I feel like it's right in front of you. I feel like you're navigating it beautifully. I feel like you're following that space, even though you may question it. And we all question it. Like, Amelia, we all say, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? I feel this great big pull that is going to, and it literally feels like I can see it like all of a sudden, like a jerk. I can just feel that pull, and I feel like I've got to get you to kind of tap into that space this week that I was talking about a few moments ago, Amelia, with just kind of giving yourself that moment to pause, and that moment of stillness, and kind of like that quiet. Like, I just feel like I need that quiet, because as I'm seeing that, as you enjoy that space, there's this big pull of this is where you're going, following that inner knowing. I feel like you've been following that inner knowing with just a slight bit of hesitancy. I just feel you like a little bit hesitant. What if I'm on the wrong path? What if I'm making the wrong decisions? And what I always say into that is, we're always on the right path. There may be learning involved in that path. There may be things that we need to kind of, I'll use the word master or learn. But I feel like you're there. You're navigating through that. Honoring yourself is a big one for you. You need to honor your path. You need to do you. You do you, right? Is what I'm really hearing there. Shaz, good morning, Lana. I wondered if there are any messages from my spirit team. Thank you. Shaz, I don't know if this has come up for you before or not, but I just felt very familiar in the space that spirit kind of plopped me in there with you. Is this desire to wander and explore? I just trying something new. I need to turn up the volume a little bit on that. I need to have like a little bit more spontaneity energy. I need to just say, you know what, I'll give that a go. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Try something once, twice if you like it. I feel like that is coming in for you, and it feels very, very good. It feels very, very exciting. I also feel that you're ready for that. I just feel like I'm ready for that little nudge of just exploring and wandering, exploring and wandering. I hope that that resonates there with you. Let's see where we go here. Um, Haley, morning. My fiance and I are in the middle of looking for a house, but it's been very difficult, and we're running out of time to get out of the place we're in now. Will there be out by August 30th? Um, Haley, when I lean in there, I feel everything working out just fine. It does feel though, I do feel that push to that crunch time. But it's almost like then I see it happening like this, boom, 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 and I almost feel like I can't keep up with it. Is kind of how it feels to me when I lean in there. Right place, right time, and keep your trust level high. I know it's really hard. I have to lean in there extra sometimes too when it's like, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? We need it. We need it. I have to kind of lean you into that trust factor just a wee bit. I do feel it all working itself out, and it's like I said, boom, 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 boom. It happens so fast. I also just want to add there to you, Haley, is really keep clear minded with what you want and what you don't want when you're looking for a place. Just really keep that into your focus. That all of our needs, all of our desires, it's coming full tilt. I really just got to turn the volume up on that. Ashley, can you tell me about my spirit guides? Actually, as soon as I leaned in there, I feel like there was a new spirit guide that came from your spirit council. I need to say about 2 months ago. I feel like within the last 2 months, there's been a big reference of support. So either you've been asking for support or haven't been having support. Because I feel you very, very much supported. I also feel with this, I haven't heard her name yet, but hopefully I get it. I really feel with this spirit guide that I feel like she's pointing that arrow in towards you with being more supportive of yourself. I don't know if you're a little hard on yourself lately or if you've just been kind of not sure how to support yourself, but then I feel this great big expansion with your own spirituality, your own authentic self. I feel you come kind of leaning into that, and the spirit guide is supporting you into that path. It's almost like this new version of you that you're just a little uncertain of, that she's just supporting you through that. There's also some big growth. I also feel a lot of healing energy around you. So either you've been going through some healing, working on that healing, working on the letting go space. I feel her supporting you through that. And it feels very, very, very good. I also feel I'm hearing her name as Jane, and she's asking you for a little bit more communication. I talk more and more and more to her. Talk about the support. Talk about what you've been holding in. I really feel I've got to give you that space to kind of lean into. Hannah. Recently had to give my dog away. I had for 4 years. I just want to know if my dog had anything to say. I had a hard time because I didn't want him to think I abandoned him. I don't feel that dog felt that. I feel a very soft understanding. I feel very, very soft. It's either you had a conversation with the dog or the dog was fully aware. They do listen to our conversations and our energy. So I just feel like this dog had an understanding. I feel very understanding. I also feel that the dog went to a beautiful space. I feel like the dog went to, and I just feel like this dog, I'm okay. I'm looked after. I feel that wherever this dog went, it's very much okay. Haley, you're very welcome. Katarina, I love that name, by the way. Do you have any messages from Spirit on this lovely morning? Much love to you too, darling. I feel I've got to kind of soften your shoulders a little bit. I just feel like either you hold a lot of tension there, or that's kind of where I'm feeling you. Is it in the shoulders? I feel like I need to soften. I feel like I just need to gently love myself. I feel like I just need to breathe. I also feel like I need to acknowledge how hard you work. I need to acknowledge all the things that you do for others. I feel like I've got to acknowledge that. I feel like there's just a slight part of me that needs to hear that and feel that and to let it soak in. I can feel it almost like soaking into me. I've got to let that soak in a little bit. So I don't know if sometimes, and we all do it, But I don't know if you sometimes like, yeah, yeah. I just feel like you push it back a little bit. I feel like I've got to let it all the way in and just let it absorb. Sometimes we're afraid, or shy, or worried we're going to lean too much into the ego when we allow ourselves to kind of like let that good juice soak in. I feel like I've just got to let you kind of feel that and just kind of soften, because we all kind of get on a space of trying to please people or trying to do everything, and I just feel like I need to kind of breathe for a moment and say I'm doing great, and I really feel like I need to kind of let that soak in. um Maruna, the week I plan to adopt a dog will my m- this week I plan to adopt a dog. Will my mom be able to accept this? I live with my family. Um, I do feel that there will be some acceptance, but it feels like you've got a little bit of a journey with it. It does stretch out a little bit for me. I do feel, Maruna, has there been a lot of like rules handed down? I feel like I've been handed like a rule book. Here's the rule book if you want to do this. I feel that coming in, but I do feel though that the animal that's coming to you is kind of gonna force, and I'm chuckling a little bit because it does feel a little bit funny. It's gonna kind of like force your mom into the space of allowing the love and the energy of an animal to kind of come in. And I feel that it's almost like she's got no clue on how much this animal is going to bring her joy and how much she's actually going to enjoy it. I also see her kind of when no one's looking, kind of um interacting with the dog at a level. And I don't know if she doesn't usually share her feelings openly, or if she's not one that extends it freely, but I just feel her sneaking in little pets. It's actually kind of little pets of the dog. It's actually kind of cute. Let's see where else we need to go. Horizon Phoenix, do you have any other heart do you see any other heart surgeries for my son in the future, since this one didn't happen right? I feel a little bit, Rise Phoenix. I'm always very honest when with what I feel. I've got way too much integrity to not share exactly what I'm feeling. It feels a little bit unknown. But I don't feel. But when I feel into that a little bit deeper, I don't feel terrible with it. If there's another heart surgery, it's either going to be like a minor. But I don't have this worry feeling. Usually with spirit, I'll get like this caution, or like I'll almost get like really short of breath with a little bit of like with that panic kind of feeling. And I don't feel that. I feel quite good with it, but I also feel a little bit unknown. And there's a few reasons for that. Number one, either I'm not meant to share it, spirit's like kind of say, you know what, you're gonna navigate through this just fine. Or I just feel, or it truly is unknown. We don't always know all the answers all the time. But I do feel I feel okay with it. I don't feel, like I said, I don't feel that panic. I don't feel that concern. I feel very minor with it, if that makes sense to you. I also really feel, and I know that you have a very spiritual space with you. I know you're very, very spiritual. What I would do is I would simply work a little bit more on sending healing and working in that space. Whenever I either myself or someone that I know or a stranger asks me to send healing light and energy, I just simply visualize whatever space that they're asking me to send it to. I just visualize that healing energy going there. I don't feel bad with it, Horizon Phoenix. I hope that does help. See where we need to go. Lost my spot here. Just give me a second. Maruna acknowledges, yes, many rules. Yeah, it was literally like this big rule book just kind of came down into my awareness. I'm into so KJ. When I lean in there, I feel like you have always had spirit animals around you. I feel like you're guided a lot by spirit animals. And what's really interesting is I feel like they change quite often. It's almost like most of your spirit council is made up of spirit animals. The one thing that I'm seeing right now is like a baby lion. So let me just look it up for you, because I don't know them all by heart. And it's literally a baby lion. Hold your head up high and keep your dignity no matter what you're faced with. You're much stronger than you think you are, and and sorry, think you are, and need to use your emotional strength in situations. Call upon the well of courage that's available to you to confront uncomfortable situations. Listen closely and discern carefully before acting, rather than moving ahead impulsively and recklessly. When faced with a tough decision, follow your heart rather than what you think you should do. There's also a lot of playfulness with this little lion cub that is currently kind of navigating through a lot of things with you. I hope that that resonates with you. I also see this is a really interesting one. I'm actually seeing a kangaroo. So let me just look up that. I feel like this kangaroo has been with you for most of your life. So I see you right around the age of like 5, 6 years old with this kangaroo. Um, you tend to lean into a lot of worry because there's a lot there's nothing to worry about, as you will always have your needs met. It's important to stay connected to your family and to your friends right now as you receive your emotional as you re- right now and receive your emotional sustenance through them. Once you've gotten some momentum, keep moving forward and don't look back. That's a real interesting perspective. So, do you tend to kind of like look back or spend too much time in past energy? Because that's a big one right there. A new idea will need slow and careful nurturing over the next several months. So it's best to keep it to yourself then. Keep it to yourself until then. And that's a big one energetically. So my question to you would be, do you overshare? Do you tell too much to other people? Energy is a powerful thing, and sometimes we can bring in too much of other people's opinion or too much of other people's energy into what we're kind of navigating through into our own desires, because energy is a very powerful thing. I will leave that with you. Let's do a few more before I have to go. Ashley, I'm about to undergo my first IVF transfer, the only embryo we have. um Actually, again, with the I'm a little bit uncertain, and I'm being completely honest there. I don't I feel that unknown space there. I do feel that I need to and I completely understand this. I have walked that path myself. So I do understand greatly the space that you're in with that question. I see a lot of light around you. I also see a mother figure. I think she goes back a few like either grandmother or great grandmother. I feel like she's trying to help navigate through what you're going through. I also have a question for you. Is the month of March significant anniversary, birthday, or passing, or the number three? Because I see the number three. So are you one of three? But there's something there with the three that seems very, very symbolic because it's like flashing in front of my awareness like over and over. I've got to acknowledge that. I feel like I've got to get you to lean into the trust process. It is a very difficult one to lean in there. I know how hard it is. But I feel though, Ashley, I feel very light and I feel very supported and I feel very comfortable. So I will leave that message there with you. Um T.S. Morgan, will I ever come into money? I feel that there is always enough. I don't feel like there is like huge windfalls or huge or large amounts of money circling around you. Um I feel that there is always enough, but I also need to turn up the manifesting momentum with you. And I don't know if you have a fear of money but I feel like I've got to put that down. I also feel very much, and this is kind of interesting, is I feel very much that in a past life, money was of big importance and a big issue. So, and it almost feels like you were in a position of power with it, because I just feel so hyper focused in a past life with it. I have to kind of shift our awareness. I mean, we all want lots of abundance and money, but I think though that there's a connection there for me with it's almost like this panic. So do you do you get panicked with it? Like, it's literally like it feels like a heightened. I mean, most of us, will worry about money if there's enough coming in or whatnot, but I feel like this heightened. I almost feel hyper vigilant with it. Yes, thank you very much for that validation. It connects very much to a past lifetime with you. Money was such part of your significance. It was much part like it was like you had all this power with it. And and I feel that you've kind of brought a little bit of that with you into this past lifetime. I would kind of look at that as a space where some personal growth and some like spiritual growth. We all have interesting relationships when it comes to money, but I need to shift it. I just need to shift it a little bit because I also feel like it keeps you up at night. Okay, I really do. I feel like it's like something that's on your mind, like at a hyper level, though. I hope that makes sense to you. Yeah, yeah. It just feels hyper, like it feels hyper. Past life stuff for me feels very different than current lifetime, right? It just feels um like certain things, and not that this is a phobia for you, but certain things from a past life have an extra volume from you when I lean in there. I do have to let you all go. I know it's only been what 26 minutes, but I do have to get going. Big thumbs up if you enjoyed a little bit of time with me this morning. I will do my best to get on this week. So just to recap a little bit, spend a little bit of time slowing down this week, just giving yourself that space, a little bit of R&R, even if it's a few moments a day. And we'll understand this as the next week or two come in. We always understand it later on, right? It never ever ever does not make sense, at least as a collective anyway. Relax, chill, breathe, feed your soul, spend some time in that space this week. As always, love, light, blessings, and a spirit guided day. Take care of each other.